Hello beautiful creatures of the world and welcome to today's video. Today I'm going to talk about my 5 seconds of summer VIP Soundcheck experience. If you have VIP tickets and you're going to do Soundcheck, this is kind of what you can expect to happen. And I have to say that Ticketmaster or whoever put together what's included with VIP was a little misleading, and I'm going to go over everything they said we would get and then everything we did get. So I bought the tickets back October 20th, 2015. I remember that exactly, and I saw them July 31st, 2016. So it'd been 9 months and 11 days. When I first bought the tickets, they didn't say when we would have to be there. They said they would just email us 3 to 5 days before the event, and they emailed me 4 days before the event. At 9 at night. That was a weird time I thought to be emailed, but whatever. So, doors opened at 1, and doors were open from 1 to 3:45. Soundcheck would start at 4. And if we weren't in by 3:45, we weren't gonna get in. We had to drive like 4 hours to get there, and I remember we were gonna leave at 9 in the morning to get there at 1 p.m. right when the doors open. We looked online and people were tweeting 5 sauce at 9 a.m. as we were leaving. People were already lining up for the Soundcheck experience. So we're like, wow, we still have to drive 4 hours to get there. But we get there, it's like 1:15-ish, and we go into the venue and we have to stand in line in order to go to like the check-in area because the tickets were will call. And while we're standing in this very long line, I'm seeing that some people have tickets printed out. I'm like, oh crap, were we supposed to go to a box office, get our tickets, and then get in this line? And I was freaking out because this line is so long and it's so far behind us at this point that if that's the way when we get up there and we were supposed to have our tickets already, there's no way we get in if we had to go to the back of that line. But it turns out the people who had printed out tickets only had it because they got VIP extra, they bought it after they bought the tickets. We got our VIP with our tickets. It was like a package together, but they did not have a package. But the girls in front of us were like, oh yeah, we have will call too. So we're like, okay, that calmed us down a little bit. So after standing in this long line, we go to these tables and we check in. I have to show them my ID and the credit card that I paid with, and they pulled out the tickets. We get a lanyard, which basically is just a black piece of string with a little card that says like 5 seconds of summer VIP with a picture of them. And on the other side it had the tour dates. And then we got this VIP bracelet as well. So we get into the area. It's not the arena, but it's the area outside the arena that has like all the concessions and like merch and that sort of thing. And we had to stand in another really long line for like another hour. We stood in the line to get checked in for about an hour and a half. We stood in this line for about an hour. And we were just lining up in the wall that circled that in cases we were standing along the wall that surrounded the arena part, and they started playing music for us. They played the Live Sauce album, so we thought they were actually out there doing a real sound check before this sound check. And dear whoever decided to play Live Sauce, you're not funny, because we thought it was actually them and we started freaking out. But there was this girl right in front of us in line, a different one, who's like, oh, I've done this 4 times before. It's not them, it's just Live Sauce. This was my first time seeing them. I'm like, girl, you've seen them 4 times, you so lucky. Anyway, we get into the arena for Soundcheck. Apparently the year before, because I saw them in St. Paul, and they were there exactly 1 year after they were there the first time. So they were there July 31st, 2015 and July 31st, 2016. In 2015, there were only 100 people for Soundcheck. This time there were 1,200. So we fill up, we're about in the middle of the group. And they say to us that there can be no cell phones or pictures or cameras or anything during Soundcheck. And it's this Australian guy with a microphone that's telling us all this. I'm pretty sure that's their bodyguard or the head of their security team or something. But yeah, it was honestly, he seemed like he was very Australian. Very Australian. But I mean, so is 5 sauce, so it makes sense. So again, we're waiting forever once we're finally in the arena for everyone to get in, and then finally for 5 sauce to finally come on. And I didn't completely understand why we couldn't have our phones out or why we couldn't take pictures during Soundcheck. But then I understood once they came out, because 5 sauce literally looked like they rolled out of bed. Which actually makes sense because Callum tweeted 20 minutes earlier, namaste in bed. So it's like, yeah, y'all just rolled out of bed and did this. I mean, not that I'm judging, I would have done that too. But yeah, I wouldn't want my picture taken of that either. Like their clothes were just like pajamas almost, like gym shorts and t-shirts and tennis shoes and, you know, whatever. But, you know, whatever, it's Soundcheck. You know, when I like was in theater when we did call, we were like ratchet AF, so, you know. They performed a song, they did a Q&A. I unfortunately did not get a question. I would have been popping with personality if I would have gotten a question. I mean, maybe not. Maybe I would have been a hot mess if I had actually talked to them, probably. But then they performed a couple other songs and then left, and we had to leave the arena after Soundcheck. And we had to wait in like the venue, kind of like the concession area, for about an hour and a half until the venue opened at 6:30. And that's when the doors opened for the public. And luckily what they did was they let all the people who had Soundcheck into the arena about 10 minutes before it opened to the public, which made sense because then that gave, you know, the people who were coming in who were not VIP a chance to get to the merch, to get to the concessions, and it wouldn't be so crowded in there. But while we're waiting after Soundcheck before they let us in the arena, that was our crowd-free merchandise shopping at that time. It was not crowd-free. There were like 2 tables and 1,200 people. It was just as crowded as it would have been any other time. The only thing that made it like a little bit better was the fact that like they had lots of everything, so they didn't run out of any sizes yet. But like one of the things with being VIP was crowd-free merchandise shopping. Crowd-free my donkey. No, it was not crowd-free. In hindsight, I don't know why I would have thought it was going to be actually crowd-free. I don't know, I kind of thought there would be like 200 people max with VIP, but haha, nope. I was wrong. When I saw them, it was the same night as the Teen Choice Awards, and luckily, 5 Sauce decided not to go to that, but Hey Violet did. So Hey Violet was going to open. The 2 openers were One OK Rock and Hey Violet. Hey Violet decided to go to the Teen Choice Awards instead, which I wasn't upset with that. Like, I'm not personally a huge fan of Hey Violet. I have nothing against them. I don't dislike their music, it's just not something I'm super into, so I wasn't hurt about that, and I was actually really excited because Hey Violet wasn't there, 5 Sauce did more songs than they normally did, so they had a bigger set, which was awesome. One OK Rock came on, they're decent, they're okay, you know, it's the whole, I would have liked you a lot more if I wasn't waiting for like 5 Sauce while listening to you sort of a thing. And then 5 Sauce came on, and it was so good. Oh my gosh, jumping and screaming. In the row in front of me, it was this like maybe 15-year-old girl with, I'm assuming, her dad, who was maybe like 45, 50, and he was recording the entire thing with like a legit camera. Like not a phone, like an actual like Canon, like what I'm recording on right now camera. And I could tell I was annoying him so much because I'm jumping, I'm screaming, I'm like jumping and screaming and going crazy, and he's so annoyed, I can tell, but it's like, I'm here to have fun. And just because you're gonna be a 45-year-old party pooper doesn't mean I have to be. But then, I'm still so upset about what happened next. I'm literally going to be upset my entire life over this, probably. I started to feel sick about 2/3 way through, like sick to my stomach sick. And I know that that just happens to me sometimes when I'm jumping and dancing way too much. Especially since I was in a hot arena with a lot of bodies, but I think the main thing was I had literally nothing to eat all day and very little to drink. We're talking like a half a glass of water the entire day. So my body was just kind of like, Noah, F you for doing that. And I'm mad because I had a water bottle in my bag because I'm prepared. I'm gonna stay hydrated during this. But of course the arena won't let you bring any of those in, and they're gonna charge you $5 for a bottle of water at the concessions. And so I blame the venue for this happening to me, but my advice to anyone doing this is either buy water or try and sneak it in. Sneak in like a granola bar in your pocket or something. Number one thing, stay hydrated, because I would not want what happened to me happen to anyone, because when you're starting to feel sick, you're not enjoying yourself whatsoever. Like, it just, the last like third of the concert just wasn't fun, and I'm so upset because I feel like I missed out on so much of it, and I feel like I wasn't enjoying so much of it because I was just like, ugh, like, you know? And so yeah, just stay hydrated, y'all. Like, hindsight's 2020. Next time I do this, because I very much intend to see them again, stinking in food, stinking in water. Now that I say this, watch this video go totally viral and they're gonna like see me when I get to the venue. Whatever, that will never happen. But just stay hydrated no matter what. That is my #1 piece of advice. Stay hydrated at a 5 Sauce concert. Or at any concert, or at any event. Not just not specific, not like, don't go to like, I don't know, a Pink concert and not drink either. Always stay hydrated. I'm going to pull up what they say you get with VIP experience and see if it's true or not. Okay, so you get 1 top price seated ticket with Soundcheck experience, which we did. We were really good seats. Exclusive access to the private Soundcheck before the show. Yeah, we had that. Question and answer session with the band after the Soundcheck. Yes, even though they only answered like 10 questions. Crowd-free merchandise shopping opportunity before the venue opens. Okay, technically it was before the venue opens, but it was not crowd-free. Commemorative tour laminate and lanyard. Yep, we got that. Dedicated entrance. Yeah, we had that. Private hassle-free check-in. It was not hassle-free. It was not private. It was like 2.5 hours of waiting minimum. Like, no. On-site host. We did not have hosts. Unless they consider like the really rude security guards hosts. No, we didn't have hosts. I'm not saying I'm ungrateful for the VIP tickets. I'm really glad that I had them. I hope I can have them again. I'm just saying this, so be aware that they're a little misleading about what VIP is. Just be aware of that. And I'll be aware next time. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Also comment below. Also make sure to hit that subscribe button to become a beautiful creature of the world, because I make new videos every single week. And social media links are in the bottom bar, and I will see y'all next time. Love y'all.